Welcome to Heartglow CEO, where high achievers evolve into purpose-driven powerhouses. I'm Casey Rossi, your integrative leadership coach. Join us to break free from people-pleasing and burnout, exploring mindset, embodiment, and soul alignment. Discover expert insights, success stories, and actionable tips for holistic wealth on your terms. This is where transformation meets the modern female leader. Let's go. Welcome, luminaries, to another episode of Heartglow CEO, where we shine a light on the open path for high achievers to navigate their purpose with more awareness, ease, and flow. Today, we're delving into a topic that's not only essential for harmony, but also for fostering a thriving workplace environment, bringing positive energy to the forefront. I'm increasingly seeing repetitive patterns and challenges, especially among my female leaders. In that, I'm going to start weaving in specific questions and eventually share case studies so we can all benefit from the deep work of transformation. Sound like a plan? Last week, my client asked me, Casey, how do I bring good energy to the workplace and help my staff? I love this question. Energy is essential. You know the profound impact of energy. It's the invisible force that shapes your interactions, fuels productivity, and ultimately defines your workplace culture. But how do you cultivate and amplify this vital element within your team? Let's first dive into a fascinating aspect of workplace dynamics. And honestly, it's not even just workplace dynamics. This is something that you can take with you anywhere you go. And we know we take ourselves with us wherever we go, but it's emotional contagion. So picture this. You walk into the office feeling energized and optimistic, ready to tackle the day. But as you interact with your colleagues, you can't help but notice a palpable sense of tension and negativity in the air. Before you know it, that initial spark of positivity begins to dim, overshadowed by the collective mood of the room. Now you may think, man, another day of this? Well, I hope the time goes by fast so I can change the channel on my mood and feel better. Emotional contagion is like a silent force that permeates the workplace, shaping interactions and influencing emotional states throughout the environment. It's so powerful. When one person experiences stress, frustration, or negativity, those emotions can quickly spread to others, creating a domino effect of disengagement and demotivation. In fact, research has shown that emotional contagion can occur even in digital environments, impacting the mood and dynamics of virtual meetings. You can tell when folks are metaphorically phoning it in, distracted, or just plain grumpy. Despite the physical distance inherent in virtual interactions, emotions can still be transmitted through various nonverbal cues, such as facial expressions, tone of voice, and body language. For example, if a participant in a virtual meeting displays signs of frustration or stress, others may unconsciously pick up on those emotions and experience similar feelings. This can influence engagement, communication style, and overall perception of the meeting. Did you know that video quality, audio quality, and technological glitches can exacerbate or mitigate the spread of emotions in a virtual meeting? Poor video resolution or audio lag may hinder participants' ability to accurately perceive nonverbal cues, potentially leading to misunderstandings or misinterpretations of emotional states. I'm very sensitive to this, even when people are walking around or driving or eating, or there is a tech glitch and there's static, or even if they have their cameras off and it's just a big black void box in place of their smiling face. I personally have to put in a lot more effort to focus. Have you experienced frustration with any of these before? Do you think it affected your focus and presence? It's important for leaders to be mindful of their emotional expression during virtual meetings and to actively cultivate a positive and supportive atmosphere. Before I share actionable tips on this subject, I want to look at the why behind it just for a moment. For my fellow science geeks, emotional contagion is rooted in the brain's mirror neuron system. Mirror neurons are a special type of brain cell that fires both when an individual performs an action and, this part is so cool, when they observe the same action being performed by someone else. These neurons play a crucial role in empathy and social learning. Studies using neuroimaging techniques such as functional magnetic resonance imaging, also known as fMRI, have shown that when we observe someone experiencing an emotion, the same neural circuits responsible for experiencing that emotion ourselves become activated. This neural mirroring process allows us to vicariously experience and understand the emotions of others. In context of emotional contagion, this neural mirroring mechanism can lead to the unconscious mimicking of emotions observed in others. When we witness someone experiencing joy, sadness, or stress, our mirror neurons fire in response, causing us to experience similar emotional states. This phenomenon contributes to the spread of emotions within social groups and underpins the dynamics of emotional contagion in the workplace and other settings. As leaders, it is crucial to recognize the profound impact of emotional contagion and take proactive steps to mitigate any negative effects. Now, one powerful strategy is to lead by example. When we exude positivity, resilience, and empathy, we create a buffer against negativity. So almost as if you have this really beautiful, cushiony aura around you. You have the power to do that, and that has the power to spread, which will empower your team members to navigate challenges with more grace and optimism. I want to say here that it is not going to be butterflies and rainbows 100% of the time. It may not even be all rosy 50% of the time, especially if there is workplace disruption, culture collapse, trust issues, and scorekeeping like my client is experiencing. But as the leader, as the one that has the level to influence, even having the desire to uplift your atmosphere and support your team is huge. I want you to hear that, and moreover, celebrate that you are the type of leader that cares. And this seemingly simple act of bringing good energy to the workplace demonstrates your commitment to energy elevation. Said another way, you are a badass that is dedicated to high vibes, and I commend that. An additional key point to bringing in good feelings is instilling psychological safety within our teams. Encourage open dialogue. Actively listen, not just kind of going through the motions and your mind is spinning out on something else, but truly actively listening, because you know the difference when you actually are being received and heard and when someone is just like, yeah, yep. I mean, you know the difference and you know how it feels. The other big piece is vulnerability. I know a lot of my listeners are Brené Brown fans, and so you know the power of vulnerability. And also allowing team members to express their emotions authentically without fear of judgment. Now, that last piece is such a big topic that I truly feel to do it right, I need to do a whole future episode on it. But let me just drop a seed here to get your juices flowing. All right, let's talk more about actionable strategies, because we know information without implementation is a total waste of time. So let's think about ways that you can bring in that positive energy that can spark creativity, collaboration, and trust. Positive energy isn't just a nice to have, it is a must have for any high performing team. I don't even care if you're a team of 2, that's a team, and it is a must have. As Maya Angelou once beautifully stated, people will never forget how you made them feel. And that sentiment rings especially true in the workplace. When individuals feel valued, supported, and inspired, they are absolutely more engaged, motivated, and productive. First and foremost, it starts with leadership. As leaders, we set the tone for the entire organization. Think about that for a moment. You set the tone. Your people are looking at you consciously or unconsciously for guidance on the day, situation, severity of the current challenge, whatever. You set the tone. Your attitude, behaviors, and communication style significantly impact the energy of your team. Now remember, leading is when you have a degree of influence, when your modeling has impact, and that you have in some way agreed to this responsibility. By leading with authenticity, empathy, and optimism, you create a culture where positivity thrives. Now for the virtual team, strategies such as starting meetings with a brief check-in, using inclusive language, encouraging active participation, those are all some simple tips that you can use to help foster a sense of connection and mitigate the impact of negative emotions in any virtual setting. I wrote an article called Enhance Emotional Resilience with Gratitude that also has links to 2 podcasts on gratitude, which I will drop in the show notes if you'd like to go deeper on it. That being said, I would be remiss to not include a droplet of it here as well. Taking the time to acknowledge and appreciate the contributions of your team members not only boosts morale, but also fosters a sense of belonging and camaraderie. As motivational writer William Arthur Ward once said, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. So don't hesitate to express your gratitude openly and frequently. And that's really going to be my invitation for you today. This is like your little challenge, is expressing your gratitude and opening yourself up to really give specific examples of why you are grateful. And then be in that moment. Take a breath. Feel what it's feeling like to feel the person you're giving that gratitude for. Let that sink in for them by you just holding a moment of eye gaze and open-heartedness so you can fully have that beautiful giving and receiving of gratitude and love. Now, another key ingredient in cultivating positive energy is fostering this culture of collaboration and support. And I feel, and I'm curious about what you think on this, but it feels as if in this rise of energy in 2024, that there is a stronger sense of collaboration. And we know that particular piece is really how we stay above the line, how we be victors in our life and leadership and not victims. And in order to really foster that, encouraging open communication, celebrating diverse perspectives, and providing opportunities for growth and development will take you far. When individuals feel empowered to contribute their ideas and talents, it creates a sense of ownership and investment in the collective success of the team. Now, what can spoil the mix of all these positive, juicy tips? All right, are you ready for it? And this may hit home for some of you, but I'm just going to straight talk. Bringing in drama and trauma from your home into the workplace. Now, I am not saying that you have to be on a mom clause or uber compartmentalized. I don't believe in that. I think that's actually a big dichotomy to authenticity and vulnerability, but it's all about balance. And before you spill the tea with your supervisor, direct report, or even your executive assistant, I want you to ask yourself, is it true? Is it kind? Is it timely? Is it necessary? And maybe you even change the order of those questions and put, is it necessary first? Because if the answer is no, none of those other questions matter. So ask yourself as the leader, is it necessary? Because if it's just to vent, it will muddy the waters, blur boundaries, disrupt productivity, and open the door up for more gossip in the future from all parties. Not a good formula. Most times as a leader, you control the narrative, so navigate wisely. The next time you step into the workplace, remember the ripple effect of emotional contagion. Be mindful of your own emotions and how they may impact those around you. Lead with authenticity, empathy, and resilience. And watch as your positive energy ignites a chain reaction of inspiration and success. I love that my client brought me this question. How do I bring good energy to the workplace? Short answer, my friends, you intend to. You commit to. You remind yourself daily to. And you take aligned action. Voila! Join me next time as we explore another topic aimed at helping you shine brighter in both your professional and personal endeavors. Until then, keep radiating positive energy and breathe joy. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you want to share any feedback on the podcast, I would be so grateful. You could head on over to lovethepodcast.com/brilliance. Thank you.